many of us understand that change in life can be challenging. Whether it's something great or something small, change is not always easy, even when it's necessary. And quite naturally, what we do as people, when we hear about change, when we know that change is coming down the line, if you will, the first thing that we do is we consider the things that we're going to lose. Not often do we get past the things that we are going to lose, and we find ourselves fighting change. We find ourselves wanting to hold on to the situations, hold on to the things that we are used to, because sometimes the change can be a little scary because it's unknown to us. And it's one of the challenges is that even when it is necessary, meaning that there's something else that I want to get out of my life, there's something else that God has in store for me that will require me to do things differently, sometimes change can be not so easy to embrace or accept. I'm reminded when the children of Israel were not in a very good place as a nation, and they were in a situation where the nations around them were kind of pressing down on them, and they were on their way into captivity. And the reality was they were not reaching their full potential. And God spoke to the prophet Jeremiah, and he told him to go down to the potter's house because he wanted to show him something. And we pick it up here in the scripture in Jeremiah 18, verse 3 and 4. And this is what the scripture says. It says, and this is the prophet Jeremiah talking. He says, so I went down to the potter's house, and I saw him working at the wheel. But the pot he was shaping from the clay was marred in his hands. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as seemed best to him. So we have a picture here of a pot that ultimately, and that word marred simply means flawed, that is ultimately flawed. And the potter understood that, and so the potter decided that he was going to reshape or shape the pot to seem best for him. Another way to put that is that he was going to shape the pot into a vessel that was going to be good. Now, many times we are going through things in life and we have a goal of where we would like to go. And it's going to require us to reshape some things in our life. It's going to require us to be reshaped, if you will. It's going to require us to go through a process. And that reshaping process is not always the easiest, because sometimes it's the things that we are most comfortable with and the things that we are most used to doing that we need to stop doing or simply change. I know that I am one who desires to be better physically fit. And so it required me to be able to do the things necessary for the change. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy eating the right thing. It's not always easy going down to the gym and going through the workouts. In fact, sometimes I don't even want to go. There are times when I wake up in the morning and I try to think of every excuse of why I shouldn't go to the gym. And it's those days that I know that, hey, those are the days that I really need to go. But there's also another principle, if I can say it that way, that's hidden in here, is that sometimes we may think that we're in the best place possible, but God knows best. I'll give you an example like this. Some time ago, should I say, I've never been one who has been really heavy as it relates to overweight. However, to the untrained eye, it could appear that I'm in great shape. I used to play basketball a lot when I was a lot younger. I don't play as much as I would like to now, but I remember going out and running around the field with my son, just running around. I think we were throwing the ball around, baseball around, or something like that. And after a few down and backs, I was winded. If you would have asked me, I would have thought I was in good shape. If you would have asked people around me, they would say, oh yeah, no, you're in good shape. But the reality was, should I say, that I wasn't in very good shape. But it wasn't until that I had to exert extra energy that I came to understand how bad of shape I was actually in. How does that apply to me and you as it relates to our regular day or our daily life? There are some times that we don't know our own condition. God is looking at us and he's seeing the different things in our life that can be holding us back from reaching our full potential, but we are oblivious to it because we're used to it. We're used to being out of shape. We're used to having a short temper. We're used to being offended easily. We're used to being judgmental. We're used to gossiping. We're used to lying. We're used to dealing with these things in our life, not realizing that we are just like that pot in the potter's hand. We are flawed. We have things that are holding us back from reaching our full potential. And I believe that God desires to shape us. I believe that we are much like that clay, that we are in his hands, and he sees that we have great potential. He sees that all it's going to take is a little reshaping. It may require us to start hanging with different people. It may require us to start watching different television shows, reading different books, watching or listening to different music, going to different places to get different learning. It may require us to change some of the things that we're used to. And the thing that really, really encourages me about this whole scripture and this whole concept and this whole thought is that although that pot was marred, although that pot was flawed, although that pot was not its full potential, the potter did not throw it in the trash. The potter did not break it. The potter did not sell it. The potter kept that clay in his hands and he began to reshape it. And I believe God's love and God's desire for us is the same thing. Although he sees our insufficiencies, although he sees our deficiencies, although he sees the things that are not necessarily as pleasing, he still loves us enough to reshape us. He still loves us enough to send things in our life to kind of help us change our perspective. He loves us enough that he'll be able to send the right people to support us and to carry us and to keep us and to encourage us. Although he sees the flaws in our life, we can trust and be sure that he's going to keep us in his hand and reshape us. I really want to encourage you today, whatever God is trying to change in your life, although it might be challenging, although it might not be comfortable, I encourage you to remember that he sees something greater for us. He tells us in Jeremiah, he says that I know the plans that I have for you, and it's plans to prosper you, not harm you, and bring you to an expected end. God has something specifically in store for you in your life, and he wants to reshape you so he can position you better to receive it. God bless you. This is Antoine Anderson. Make sure that you either comment on the video, like the video, share the video, and make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. This is Antoine Anderson. And once again, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I pray that the content blessed you. In fact, if you really got something out of the book and you want to get some more information or you want to get more of that specific content with share, you want to purchase my first book, Bargain Basement Jesus. There should be a link below where you can purchase it on Amazon. Some of the things that I shared today came from this book. I wasn't able to share everything, but if you really want to get more nuggets and you want to get more of the meat, more of the principles in their entirety, I strongly encourage you to click the link below and purchase this book, Bargain Basement Jesus, The Cost of Following. I pray that it will be a blessing to you and to your life. God bless you, and I will talk to you soon.